That was because they were angry with Camilla. Camilla brought 20 Parker Bowleses to the coronation. There were 4 Middletons.
Tensions are boiling over in the royal family, and this time, it's not the younger royals making waves.
For all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family.
Reports suggest that Carole Middleton, the ever-protective grandmother of Princess Charlotte, is taking an unprecedented step, dragging Queen Camilla to the Supreme Court after a shocking incident at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. What exactly did Camilla do to spark this fierce reaction? The drama behind palace doors is unlike anything you've heard before. Stay tuned for the jaw-dropping details. The alleged incident, Carole Middleton's decision to confront Queen Camilla, has become the talk of royal circles, and it all centers on one startling moment at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. According to witnesses, Carole felt that Camilla's behavior toward her granddaughter, Princess Charlotte, crossed a line. The young princess and her older brother, Prince George, were seen having a small argument while walking behind the coffin. At one point, George seemed to pinch Charlotte, causing her to cry out. This attracted attention from everyone around them, including Queen Camilla. Camilla, wanting to control the situation, reportedly made a firm gesture at Charlotte and then whispered to Catherine, "Take her." This moment was captured on camera, with many viewers tuning in to see the solemn procession. Some believed Camilla was simply disciplining Charlotte in a tense environment. Yet, others saw her actions as too harsh for a grieving child who was already under immense public pressure. Carole Middleton, who was very protective of her grandchildren, was stunned by this response. In the days that followed, rumors spread that Carole confronted Camilla in private and expressed her anger over the funeral incident. She felt that Camilla should have shown more kindness and sympathy toward her granddaughter, especially on such a difficult day. Close friends claim Carole believed the Queen Consort's reaction was inappropriate and disrespectful, turning a minor squabble into a major slight against the Middleton family. One shocking rumor suggests that Carole did not stop at a simple complaint. Whispers in royal watching circles say she threatened legal action or some type of formal complaint within the royal household. Although it sounds extreme, for members of the royal family to consider taking each other to court. Supporters of Carole argue she is defending her family's dignity. Some on social media praised Carole's protective instincts, commenting that a grandmother's love knows no bounds, especially when it comes to shielding her grandchildren from public embarrassment. Meanwhile, critics question whether Carole's reaction might fan the flames of a larger family rift. Many worry that an open dispute with the Queen Consort could harm not only relations within the royal family, but also the monarchy's public image. After all, if even a respected figure like Carole Middleton is willing to challenge Camilla, what does this say about hidden tensions within the palace? Carole's protective nature. Carole Middleton is widely known as a loving and hands-on mother to Catherine, Princess of Wales. But her role as a grandmother shows her in an even brighter light. From the moment Prince George was born, Carole was by Catherine's side, offering support and ensuring that her daughter had comfort in her new role as a royal mother. When Princess Charlotte arrived, Carole naturally extended that same warmth, providing an environment where her grandchildren could feel safe, loved, and truly at home. Unlike many figures in the royal circle, Carole comes from a non-royal background. She understands what it's like to live an ordinary life, and she believes her grandchildren deserve simple joys alongside their royal duties. She may not have official titles or centuries of protocol behind her, but that is exactly what makes her bond with Charlotte and her siblings so special. It is grounded in real-world experiences and heartfelt care rather than ceremonial rules. Her protective nature became especially clear after the rumored incident involving Queen Camilla and Princess Charlotte. Although details vary, many agree that Carole was deeply upset by reports that Camilla had been stern toward Charlotte at a moment when the young princess was already overwhelmed. In Carole's eyes, any harsh behavior toward Charlotte, particularly on such an emotional day, was unacceptable. If gossip about Carole wanting to take legal steps against Camilla is to be believed, it speaks volumes about the depth of her concern. Friends of the Middleton family describe Carole as a person who will always stand up for her loved ones, no matter the challenge. She has built a strong family unit and taught her children, including Catherine, to cherish loyalty and kindness. This approach to child rearing is likely what drives her protective instincts when it comes to her grandchildren. Even though the royal world can be tough, she wants Charlotte and her siblings to grow up feeling safe and understood. Carole also values respect, both given and received. If she felt that Charlotte was treated unfairly, it would contradict everything she has taught her family about empathy and unity. Critics may argue that any legal or formal action would only stir up more drama. But supporters praise Carole for showing that her protective nature does not waver, even when facing powerful figures within the royal sphere. The disagreement at the funeral. Carole Middleton never expected the solemn day of Queen Elizabeth II's funeral to erupt into royal drama. But when Princess Charlotte let out a startled cry amidst the lengthy ceremony, Carole's protective instincts kicked into high gear. Reports soon reached her that Queen Camilla had firmly gestured at Charlotte and whispered to Catherine, "Take her," instead of offering comfort. For Carole, this moment felt like a tipping point in an already tense royal environment. While most of the public saw only a quick sibling quarrel between Prince George and Princess Charlotte, Carole viewed it very differently. She had always made sure her grandchildren felt safe and loved. The sight of her young granddaughter, obviously upset, clashed with the idea of a grandmother figure, Camilla, reacting so sternly. As a hands-on grandmother, Carole believed such a serious moment deserved empathy, not a cold gesture. In the days that followed, friends say Carole struggled with how to address the matter. She was well aware of royal protocol, which often discourages open disagreement, especially during a time when the family was in mourning. Still, she felt compelled to stand up for Charlotte's emotional well-being. Some sources claim Carole even considered speaking directly to Camilla, aiming to clear the air and express her concerns about the Queen Consort's behavior toward a grieving child. Rumors soon spread that Carole was so upset she might take legal or formal action, though many found this possibility unlikely. Yet the fact these whispers even arose shows how strongly Carole's protective nature was felt. She did not seek publicity or drama, but she refused to let her granddaughter's distress go unnoticed. For Carole, this was about more than just a minor funeral incident. She saw it as a sign of deeper issues within the royal family. Social media buzzed with reactions, pointing out the noticeable difference between Kate's gentle approach to Charlotte and Camilla's seemingly stern demeanor. Many praised Carole's rumored defense of her granddaughter, calling her the ideal grandmother for prioritizing the children's emotional health. Critics questioned whether the tension would further strain already delicate family bonds. Over time, Carole's main wish remained the same, that her granddaughter be given the kindness and understanding she deserves, even under the watchful eye of the world's cameras. Whether any legal or formal measures truly materialize is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Carole Middleton's caring and protective heart has once again put her devotion to family on full display. Carole's perspective. Carole Middleton has long been seen as the caring and down-to-earth grandmother in the royal family. Unlike Camilla, who grew into her role through marriage to the future king, Carole earned her place in royal circles by raising Catherine, Princess of Wales, with warmth, poise, and a touch of everyday realism. This background has shaped Carole's view of palace life. She cherishes family above all else, believing that genuine closeness is the key to overcoming public pressure and royal tradition. When she heard about the incident at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, where Queen Camilla allegedly gestured sternly at Princess Charlotte and whispered, "Take her," Carole was deeply upset. She felt that Camilla's tone lacked kindness, especially on a day when everyone was already dealing with loss and sadness. To Carole, such a moment called for compassion, not a cold, dismissive gesture. Her protective instincts flared up, given that Charlotte was still very young, grieving, and in the global spotlight. Some people close to the Middletons say that Carole tried to keep the issue private at first. She reached out to Catherine and Prince William, hoping to clarify what really happened. But as social media buzzed with comments criticizing Camilla's behavior, Carole's concerns grew even stronger. She worried that Charlotte might be left feeling hurt or confused, especially if she thought she had done something wrong. It's no secret that Carole wants her grandchildren to have a loving, stable childhood, despite all the cameras pointed at them. Rumors soon spread that Carole was willing to go as far as taking legal or formal action against Camilla. Whether these rumors are fully true or somewhat exaggerated, they hint at Carole's deep commitment to her family. She has never been one to seek media attention for the sake of drama. However, she refuses to remain silent if she feels her grandchildren's well-being is at stake. Critics argue that such a move might cause more tension within the royal family. Yet supporters applaud Carole's courage in calling out behavior she considers unfair or unkind. In Carole's eyes, the most important thing is that Charlotte and her siblings feel protected and loved. Having watched Catherine and William navigate royal duties and media scrutiny, Carole believes family unity is essential. Whether or not legal steps are actually taken, her firm stance sends a clear message. Carole Middleton will defend her grandchildren, even against the Queen Consort, if she believes they have been wronged. The role of grandmothers. The role of grandmothers in the royal family can be both joyful and challenging, especially when the spotlight is always on. Carole Middleton, Catherine's mother, is often seen as a warm, supportive figure who loves spending time with her grandchildren, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. She comes from a non-royal background, which gives her a hands-on style. Whether she's baking with them or guiding them through everyday tasks, Carole brings a sense of normalcy and fun to the children's lives. Her home, unlike the formality of royal palaces, is a cozy retreat where laughter and relaxed family moments can flourish. On the other hand, Queen Camilla has taken on a more formal role as a step-grandmother to the same children. While she interacts with them at public events and formal gatherings, their relationship can appear distant compared to the closeness Charlotte and George share with Carole. Camilla's history with the royal family is complex, and her traditional approach can sometimes seem strict, especially during important events like Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. Small moments, such as a stern gesture or whispered words of discipline, can draw scrutiny and highlight the differences in how these two grandmothers connect with Catherine and William's children. Still, both grandmothers bring valuable qualities to the family. Carole shows her grandchildren the importance of staying grounded and kind, even with all the pomp and protocol around them. Camilla, with her long experience under royal rules, can offer lessons about duty and tradition. Each woman has her own way of supporting the next generation of royals as they grow into their roles. George as a future king, Charlotte as a confident princess, and Louis as a lively young royal. These differing styles sometimes lead to rumors of tension between the two grandmothers, especially if Carole's protectiveness clashes with Camilla's sense of decorum. Yet, it is also possible that each woman is doing her best to help the children adapt to the dual worlds they inhabit, one of public service and pageantry, and the other of normal childhood joys. Grandmothers add depth to a family's life, sharing wisdom and comfort in ways that parents alone may not. In the royal family, where every relationship is magnified, the role of each grandmother becomes even more significant. Whether through quiet guidance or public displays of caring, both Carole and Camilla leave their mark, shaping how Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis experience love, security, and the weight of royal responsibility. Camilla's public reaction. Camilla's public reaction at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral became a hot topic of discussion almost immediately. Millions of people around the world watched as members of the royal family paid their respects, and every move they made was closely observed. The moment that attracted the most attention was when Prince George and Princess Charlotte had a small sibling quarrel. George gave Charlotte what appeared to be a quick pinch, and Charlotte cried out in surprise. Rather than showing sympathy or comforting Charlotte, Queen Camilla seemed to respond in a strict manner, gesturing firmly and whispering to Catherine, "Take her." During such a solemn occasion, many felt this reaction was harsh, especially for a child who was already dealing with intense public scrutiny. Viewers voiced their opinions on social media, with some feeling that Camilla was simply trying to keep order in a formal setting, while others believed she was being cold and lacking the gentle touch a grandmother figure should show. Carole Middleton, known for her deep affection toward her grandchildren, was said to be alarmed by Camilla's behavior. While Catherine moved quickly to soothe Charlotte, onlookers noticed that Camilla's attention went back to the funeral proceedings, without offering comfort. Reports soon surfaced that Carole took this personally, viewing Camilla's reaction as a sign of disrespect or insensitivity to Charlotte's feelings. Rumors spread that Carole even considered legal measures to address what she saw as a public slight against her granddaughter. In the aftermath, Camilla did not make any direct statement about the incident. Her public appearances remained poised, and Buckingham Palace did not release an official explanation. However, body language experts and lip readers continued to analyze the footage, fueling ongoing debates about her true intentions. Critics argued that Camilla's position as queen consort requires her to display warmth and empathy toward all members of the royal family, especially children. Supporters suggested she was under great pressure during the funeral and simply wanted to keep everything orderly. They also mentioned that Camilla has her own reserved style, which can be mistaken for aloofness. Carole's decision to pursue justice. Carole Middleton has always been known for her calm and nurturing presence in the royal sphere. As the mother of Catherine, Princess of Wales, she serves as a grounding force in an environment often filled with strict protocol. However, recent events have tested Carole's patience in ways few could have imagined. After the now infamous funeral incident, during which Queen Camilla allegedly gestured sternly at Princess Charlotte, rumors began to swirl that Carole Middleton was planning a bold step, pursuing justice for her granddaughter's treatment. In the wake of the funeral drama, Carole was said to be shocked by Camilla's apparent lack of warmth towards Charlotte at such an emotional time. Watching her young granddaughter feel upset in front of millions of viewers struck a deep chord in Carole's heart. Friends say she wrestled with the decision to act, understanding that public confrontations are not the norm for someone in her position. Still, her protective nature overshadowed any concern about upsetting royal traditions. According to various sources, Carole believes that Charlotte's dignity and emotional well-being were jeopardized. She felt that a firm response was required to show that no child, royal or otherwise, should be treated harshly during a moment of grief. While some might see her reaction as extreme, supporters of Carole admire her willingness to stand up for her family. They point to her history of ensuring that Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis stay grounded, no matter how intense the spotlight becomes. Rumors even suggest that Carole was prepared to consult top legal advisors about the possibility of bringing the issue before official channels, though no one can say for certain whether it would reach an actual court. In royal circles, such a move is almost unthinkable. Yet Carole's defenders argue that her actions prove her deep commitment to her granddaughter's emotional health. They see this as more than simple anger toward Camilla. It's a statement that the Middleton side of the family will not let their voices be silenced. For now, all eyes remain on Carole Middleton and her next steps. While it's unclear how far she would truly go to seek justice, the simple possibility has already sent shockwaves through the palace. No matter what happens next, Carole's willingness to defend Charlotte highlights the strong family bonds that hold the Middleton clan together, in a world where tradition often overrides personal feelings. Social media backlash. Social media has exploded with reactions following the rumored clash between Queen Camilla and Princess Charlotte at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, fanning the already heated discussion about internal royal tension. Countless viewers who tuned in to see the royal family mourn the late monarch found themselves commenting on a brief but startling moment when Princess Charlotte and Prince George disagreed, and Camilla supposedly gestured sternly at Charlotte. Almost immediately, social media lit up with comments, theories, and memes, turning what was a solemn occasion into a swirling topic of online debate. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram were flooded with posts questioning Camilla's quick reaction. Some users felt she was acting too harshly for a child in a stressful public event, while others argued she was simply trying to maintain dignity during a formal ceremony. One viral tweet read, "Look at the Queen Consort's face. She looks so stern. Poor Charlotte." Another tweet took the opposite view. "Camilla is under great pressure. Perhaps she was keeping order at a funeral." Questions arose about whether Carole Middleton's alleged move to seek justice might lead to a legal confrontation within the royal family. Many internet users voiced their support for Carole, praising her protective stance toward Princess Charlotte. "Carole is a real grandma bear," exclaimed one Facebook post, amassing thousands of likes and comments. Meanwhile, critics argued that the entire story had been blown out of proportion, urging everyone to remember the deep grief the family was experiencing at the time. Discussions spread far beyond the original footage, with some netizens diving into the history of Queen Camilla's relations with Prince William and Catherine. Many speculated that unresolved feelings from Princess Diana's era continue to influence how modern audiences see Camilla. Others pointed out that the monarchy has always stirred public controversy, and that sudden viral moments are nothing new. Still, many watchers believed this particular episode revealed deeper cracks in the royal family's unity, especially regarding the younger generation's comfort and emotional well-being. Despite the abundance of theories, no official statement has been made to clarify the funeral footage or Carole Middleton's rumored intentions. This silence has only fueled online speculation. Has Carole truly considered legal action, or is it all media spin? While the answer remains uncertain, one fact is clear. Social media's role in shaping how the public perceives royal affairs has never been stronger. As the debate continues, people around the world are glued to their screens, eager to see if any new revelations will surface about the royal family's internal drama. The larger implications. The passing of Queen Elizabeth II was meant to be a solemn time of remembrance, yet it sparked fresh questions about the future of the monarchy. The swirl of rumors around Princess Charlotte's alleged clash with Queen Camilla and Carole Middleton's concern for her granddaughter highlights deeper issues within the royal family. It seems that even a child's emotional reaction can reveal hidden tensions, pointing to bigger shifts in how the monarchy is seen and how it might change over time. One major concern is the apparent divide between older and younger royals. On one side, there are traditions led by individuals like Queen Camilla, who many see as upholding the old ways. On the other side, newer generations, like Prince William and Catherine, focus on more modern values, such as openness and connecting with people through shared causes. When even a small moment at a funeral causes a wave of social media chatter, it shows how closely the public is watching and how easy it is for ordinary family disagreements to become royal scandals. Another factor is King Charles's reported health problems, which add a layer of uncertainty about what lies ahead. If the king struggles to maintain his duties, questions about succession become more urgent. Prince William's role grows larger, and so does Catherine's. That alone can create tension with other senior royals, as each person's place in the line of duty becomes more significant. The rumor that young Charlotte herself might have strong feelings about Camilla's actions suggests that these conflicts may not simply disappear once a new monarch takes the throne. Relationships within the royal family have long been a subject of interest. Camilla's own path to becoming queen consort was filled with controversy. Now that she stands beside King Charles, her influence shapes the monarchy's identity. But if she and key members of the younger generation cannot find common ground, the family's united image could crack. Public doubts may grow, especially as modern audiences look for honesty and empathy from royal figures. What does this mean for the future? If internal strife continues, the monarchy may struggle to hold on to its traditional aura of unity and stability. Young royals like Princess Charlotte will grow up in a changing world, one that expects them to be both relatable and dignified. Whether they choose to challenge tradition or work within it, their actions and their disagreements will play a big part in shaping the legacy of the British royal family. Public perception of the monarchy. Public perception of the British monarchy has evolved over the centuries, shaped by tradition, historical events, and changing social values. For a long time, many people viewed the royal family as symbols of stability and leadership, believing their presence added dignity to national life. However, as modern culture and technology have advanced, the monarchy has grown more visible in daily headlines and on social media, exposing both its strengths and vulnerabilities to the world. Under Queen Elizabeth II, the monarchy enjoyed a consistent sense of respect and continuity. She served as a figure of longevity and duty, offering a calming presence through changing times. The late Queen's steady leadership strengthened the public's trust, and her deep commitment to charitable work helped many see the royal family as caring and engaged in vital issues. Yet, even during her reign, questions arose about how relevant the monarchy would remain in a modern democratic society. The transition to King Charles III introduced fresh discussions about the royal family's future. As the new monarch, Charles faced the task of balancing time-honored traditions with calls for a more open and adaptable institution. His personal interests, including environmental advocacy, resonate with parts of the public who value progressive causes. At the same time, critics remain unimpressed, arguing that the monarchy must do even more to align itself with modern thinking and social progress. Younger royals have also impacted the public's perception. Their focus on mental health, children's welfare, and various charitable endeavors appeals to a generation that wants to see genuine compassion rather than just ceremony. Still, controversies, whether real or rumored, prompt debates about how effectively the monarchy can address internal tensions while remaining united in the public eye. The manner in which senior and junior royals navigate differences has become a key factor in shaping overall opinions. Meanwhile, social media has amplified every royal moment. Online platforms broadcast events and encounters, allowing viewers to form quick judgments or share supportive messages. This constant scrutiny can magnify small missteps, leading to bigger conversations about transparency and approachability. Supporters argue that genuine engagement on social causes can help the monarchy adapt, while critics say a centuries-old institution struggles to stay relevant in a rapidly shifting world. Ultimately, the future of the monarchy's public image hinges on its ability to appear both respectful of tradition and responsive to new cultural expectations, an ongoing task that each royal generation must navigate with care.
It is about connecting, and it's lovely talking to people. I like talking to people, sitting to you, looking at people's faces.
What happens when one of the most unexpected events in royal history takes place? Queen Camilla, a figure once seen as a pillar of stability within the monarchy, suddenly resigns. And as her reign comes to an end, the world watches as Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, steps into a new role, officially taking on the title of Queen. This isn't just a story of titles. It's a dramatic shift that could change the course of royal history. What led to Camilla's resignation? And how will Kate handle the mantle now placed upon her? Camilla's unexpected decision. Queen. Camilla's resignation was not only a shock to the royal family, but to the world. For years, she had been at the side of King Charles, fulfilling her duties as the queen consort with grace and dignity. However, as the years passed, the immense pressure and relentless public scrutiny began to take a toll. Despite her strong outward appearance, the internal struggles were undeniable. What caused Camilla to step down after everything she had worked for? The decision to resign was not a spur-of-the-moment choice. Behind closed doors, Camilla had struggled with the responsibilities of her title, finding it difficult to balance her personal life with her public duties. The constant media attention, coupled with her own personal battles, eventually led her to the breaking point. With the world watching her every move, Camilla felt that stepping away from her royal role would give her the peace she needed. While some saw this as a loss for the monarchy, others felt Camilla's decision was a sign of strength. Choosing self-care over duty was a bold move that shook the very foundation of royal tradition. Her resignation not only ended her reign as queen consort, but also opened the door for a new chapter in the monarchy, one that would see Kate Middleton officially stepping into the role of queen. King Charles, although publicly supportive, had his own challenges to face. With Camilla stepping aside, the future of the monarchy seemed uncertain. Yet, there was hope that Kate could bring a new energy to the throne, creating a smoother transition for the family and the institution as a whole. From Duchess to Queen. As Camilla's resignation became official, all eyes turned to Kate Middleton. The question on everyone's mind was, how would Kate handle the immense responsibility of becoming queen? For years, Kate had been the face of modern royalty, admired for her poise, charm, and charity work. But stepping into the role of queen was a different challenge altogether. Could she live up to the expectations placed on her, or would she crumble under the pressure? Kate's transition from Duchess of Cambridge to queen was not a sudden shift. It had been building for years. Her strong public presence, dedication to charitable causes, and natural grace made her the perfect candidate to fill the role. But taking on the responsibilities of the crown would require more than just being the future king's wife. It would mean navigating the complexities of royal life with a level of authority that she had not yet experienced. The pressure on Kate was immense. For years, she had observed the challenges faced by Queen Camilla and other royal figures before her. Now, Kate would have to balance her duties as queen with raising her children and managing the public's ever-growing expectations. Would she be able to maintain her composure under the microscope of the media, or would the weight of the title be too much to bear? With her ascension to the throne, Kate represented a new era for the monarchy. She would bring a fresh perspective, blending royal traditions with modern sensibilities. But what kind of queen would she be? How would she balance the demands of her new role with the need for her own personal life and happiness? Kate's rise to queen. The world's reaction to Camilla's resignation and Kate's official rise to the throne was swift and varied. Some expressed shock and sadness at Camilla's departure, lamenting the end of an era. Others saw it as a necessary change, one that would allow the monarchy to evolve and adapt to modern times. But what did the public truly think of Kate's rise to queen? Were they ready for a new figurehead, or did they long for the continuity that Camilla represented? For many, Kate had been the future of the monarchy for years. Her elegance, relatability, and dedication to charitable work had made her a beloved figure both within the UK and abroad. Yet, stepping into the role of queen was an entirely different matter. The expectations on her would be far greater than those she had faced as the Duchess of Cambridge. Could she navigate this new role with the same grace she had exhibited in the past, or would the pressures of royal life break her? On the other hand, Camilla's resignation raised questions about her legacy. Despite the controversies surrounding her early years in the royal family, she had earned a place of respect. Her charitable work and dedication to her duties as queen consort had made a significant impact. Was her resignation a sign of failure, or was it a testament to her personal strength? The monarchy's future was in the hands of a new queen. As the public debated the implications of Camilla's resignation and Kate's ascent, one thing was clear. The royal family was entering a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty, but also great potential. How the press shaped their decisions. From the moment Camilla entered the royal spotlight, the media was relentlessly focused on her. The press, often unforgiving, shaped the public's perception of her from the very beginning. Whether it was her relationship with Charles or her role in the breakdown of his marriage to Princess Diana, Camilla was frequently vilified. This constant media scrutiny took a toll on her, and eventually, it led to her decision to step away from the role of queen consort. The media's portrayal of Camilla was harsh, but it was not the only challenge she faced. The royal family's internal pressures were compounded by the intense public interest in her every move. While Camilla did her best to fulfill her duties, the media's focus on her personal life left little room for privacy or peace. The public's fascination with her every gesture became a source of stress that ultimately contributed to her resignation. Kate, in contrast, had a different relationship with the media. While she was still heavily scrutinized, her public image was more favorable. She had earned the respect of the public through her charity work, her family life, and her ability to maintain a sense of normalcy despite her royal status. However, with the new title of queen came new expectations and a fresh wave of media attention. As Kate officially stepped into the role of queen, the media's influence would be greater than ever. Would she be able to handle the pressures of royal life with the same grace she had exhibited in the past? Or would the media's spotlight prove too overwhelming? For Kate, the next chapter would be defined not just by her duties, but by how she chose to handle the constant gaze of the press. What's next for the royals? With Camilla's resignation and Kate's ascension to the throne, the future of the monarchy seemed more uncertain than ever. The royal family had always been a symbol of tradition, but now, as Kate became queen, there was the question of how much tradition would remain. Would she continue the legacy of the monarchy as it had always been, or would she pave the way for a more modern, progressive future? Kate's approach to the monarchy would be a defining factor in the coming years. The public's expectations of her were high, but there was also hope that she could bring about change. Could she balance the rich history of the monarchy with the demands of a changing world? How would she define her reign, and what kind of queen would she be remembered as? The royal family's future also depended on how Kate navigated her new role. King Charles, while now ruling alone, would rely heavily on Kate to help guide the monarchy through the challenges that lay ahead. Together, they would need to find ways to keep the monarchy relevant in an age where the public's trust in institutions was fading. Kate's decision to take on the role of queen was not just about upholding the family's legacy, it was about shaping the monarchy's future. And with Camilla stepping aside, the opportunity for a new direction was wide open. Camilla's impact on the royal family. Camilla's resignation left a profound mark on the royal family, shifting dynamics and creating a vacuum that only Kate could fill. Although Camilla had been seen by many as a stabilizing figure, particularly in her support of King Charles, her presence was often overshadowed by the public's harsh judgment. Her departure wasn't simply about her personal struggles, it was a reflection of the difficulties that come with being a royal. The decision to step down was an acknowledgement that the pressure had become unbearable, and her legacy would forever be intertwined with the royal family's modern transformation. Camilla's role in the monarchy was one of quiet strength, yet it was also surrounded by controversy, especially due to her relationship with Charles before their marriage. Her ability to overcome public scorn and maintain her position for years was a testament to her resilience. However, as the years passed, the weight of public opinion and her role as queen consort became harder to bear. Her decision to resign highlighted the emotional cost of royal life, and for King Charles, this created new challenges. How would he navigate the monarchy's future without the steady presence of his wife by his side? King Charles, now in his later years, faced a challenge unlike any other in his reign. He would need to support Kate as she navigated her new role, all while managing the affairs of the monarchy. The public's eyes were on him, as much as on Kate, and his decisions would set the tone for the future of the royal family. With Camilla gone, the monarchy was at a crossroads, and how Charles and Kate handled this transition would shape the monarchy for generations. The departure of Camilla marked the end of an era, but it also signaled the beginning of something new. The royal family would need to adapt to this change, and the hopes of many now rested on Kate. Would she be able to restore balance to the monarchy and lead it into the future? Or would the challenges prove too great? A new queen's responsibilities. As Kate officially stepped into the role of queen, the magnitude of her responsibilities became evident. While the title of queen may seem glamorous to the outside world, it comes with a host of duties that require immense focus, commitment, and personal sacrifice. Kate had been preparing for this role for years, but now that it was official, she had to take charge and lead the royal family through the challenges ahead. Kate's approach to her new role would be crucial to her success. She was known for her dedication to family, her charity work, and her natural grace. But as queen, her influence would reach far beyond the domestic sphere. The public would look to her not just as a wife and mother, but as a symbol of stability and leadership for the entire nation. The pressure to perform and uphold the royal image would be immense, but Kate had shown time and again that she could handle whatever was thrown her way. One of the most significant aspects of Kate's role would be her relationship with the British people. As queen, she would be expected to not only represent the monarchy, but also serve as a bridge between the royal family and the people. The monarchy had seen a decline in public approval in recent years, and Kate's ability to connect with the public would be a defining factor in her reign. Could she be the figurehead the nation needed to restore faith in the royal family? Additionally, Kate's role as a mother would continue to be a significant part of her life. She would need to balance the duties of queen with raising her children, ensuring that they received the support and care they needed, while also managing the growing responsibilities of her new title. The challenge of maintaining a family life while serving as the monarch would not be easy. But Kate had proven that she could rise to the occasion. Modern monarchy. Modern monarchy faces challenges that no previous generation of royals could have predicted. The rapid pace of technological change, the rise of social media, and the increasing public interest in the private lives of royals have all combined to make the role of monarch more complex than ever before. Kate, now queen, would have to contend with these pressures, balancing her public and private lives in a way that few royals had to before. One of the most difficult aspects of modern monarchy is dealing with the constant media scrutiny. For Kate, her every move would be analyzed, and the public would expect her to maintain the image of the perfect royal. While she had largely managed the pressures of public life as the Duchess of Cambridge, her new role as queen would only intensify the focus on her. How would she navigate the constant scrutiny of her life, especially as a mother and wife? Moreover, the royal family's ability to remain relevant in the 21st century is a growing concern. Public trust in institutions is eroding, and many see the monarchy as an outdated relic of the past. Kate's reign would need to address this challenge, finding ways to adapt the monarchy to modern sensibilities while still respecting its traditions. Her ability to modernize the royal family without losing its essential identity would be a delicate balance. The question on many people's minds was whether Kate could be the figurehead that the monarchy needed to survive in the modern age. Could she continue to be a symbol of stability and leadership, or would the pressures of royal life become too much for her to bear? The success of her reign would depend on her ability to balance the needs of the monarchy with the evolving demands of society. What about King Charles? With Camilla's resignation and Kate's rise to the throne, King Charles found himself at the helm of the monarchy, facing new challenges that required immediate attention. While he had long awaited this moment, the reality of being king was much different than the expectation. As monarch, he now had to navigate not only the legacy of the Queen Consort, but also the future of the British royal family. Charles, now in the spotlight like never before, would need to support Kate as she took on her new role. It was a partnership like no other, with both Charles and Kate learning how to adjust to their newfound responsibilities. The dynamic between the two would be crucial in determining the future of the monarchy. Would Charles continue to lead the family with the same sense of duty and tradition, or would he be forced to adapt to a new world where the monarchy's relevance was under constant scrutiny? The relationship between Charles and Kate would be tested in the coming years. As queen, Kate would be expected to step up in ways that no one anticipated, and Charles would need to provide the support she needed to succeed. But with so much attention on their every move, the pressure on the couple would be overwhelming. How they handled these challenges would determine the future of the monarchy for years to come. The weight of the monarchy's future rested on their shoulders. With both King Charles and Queen Kate at the forefront, the royal family had the opportunity to reimagine its role in the world.